This is the fourth lesson of Process Grid Component Training. In this lesson, we're going to create a bin search that's constrained to the item number and lot passing values so that we can use this search in the sixth lesson of this series. We're logged into the project Process Grid Component Training 1. In this lesson, to create a search with passing values, we actually just create a grid. So we're going to call this Lesson 4, Expected Receipts Receiving. And in this lesson, we're going to call it Bin Search with Passing Values. We're going to need this search to finish out our executable grid. This is just a search, so we're not going to add anything to it. There's nothing unique to do here. Other than the fact we could use a filter panel if we were searching, say, the inventory item file and we're going to return thousands of rows. Then this filter is used to only bring back, say, 50 rows at a time. But in our case, we're going to be bringing back a small amount of data. So we'll just do it all in a grid. And we need the inventory bin file, and we'll use the WV version of it. And now we need to pick up some fields. Now, the very first field in a search has to be the return field. So we want to return the bin, so that absolutely has to be the first field. From there, we'll bring the item number, the location, let's say the bin priority we'll bring back, issue priority, certainly bin status, maybe receive date, quantity on hand, quantity allocated, and then what we really need to do is calculate another field. And to do that, we're going to copy those two fields, and then we're going to say quantity on hand minus quantity allocated as quantity available. We'll test it, and we can see it brings back everything. Now next is we need to put some filters on this. Item number location would need to be passed to bring back only the bins for the item and location bin that I want to look up. I could leave this as a range, but it's better to make these single values. It just is more efficient. Either one will work. So I've now created two filters. And we'll preview that. And I should probably given them some names. You'll see there's none, but it doesn't really matter. We'll use the horn for MA. And you see that we brought back just those values. The bin number is the first field. We'll clean that up. We could put these fields back in. I think I'll put issue priority back in. And then, again, because some of the names are long, clean up the space. The rest of this looks pretty good. this, even though this is a search, we could put things like a main summary footer in here and do a sum on quantity, a sum on these other fields. Nice thing about using a grid as a general search is that we can use all the capability of a grid in any search anywhere. And that's the end of this lesson. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video tutorial, and I encourage you to move on to the next video tutorial in this series.